New York State DOT in right now, Jim Piccola, also Brian Hoffmann. Brian is the regional design. I know everybody's calling in. I'll get to your call. 736-0186. We'll talk more about this. Senator Griffith coming up in a second. But this is a big deal right now. The roundabout on Oriskany Boulevard right near the OD on John Street. Do I have that right?
Yes, sir.
That's John. And Brian, you're the regional design engineer, and I appreciate you guys keeping us abreast of this because there is a group. Some people are saying this group is very, very small, and in some cases might be only a few people that are opposed, but they're very vocal, and it's causing a bit of concern for people. Project's still going forward?
Absolutely.
And what's the latest here? What do we have?
Well, currently we've been continuing our public involvement efforts. Last week on Monday evening, we were in North Utica presenting the project, again answering questions. Tuesday afternoon, we met with CABV, and Wednesday night we were in West Utica. And throughout the past few weeks, we have been getting a steady stream of emails and questions from folks about the project, and we've been responding to those. So
that's communication, which has got to be a good thing.
And exactly, that's how the process is supposed to work, and we're doing our best to address everyone's concerns and questions.
So what are the big concerns? Obviously, the one guy that we had on has said that he feels it's going to impede business down there. Construction is going to be difficult. There's going to be no way to get to these business areas. Last time you were on, you said, actually, it's quite the opposite. Yes, construction is going to impede business while it's going on, but at the end of the day, it'll actually make it easier to get to those areas.
That's correct. And again, with the improvements at John Street and at Genesee Street, the project's going to improve access and mobility in downtown. Currently, at those intersections, at Genesee Street, all the left turns are currently prohibited. At John Street, there's only one left turn that's allowed. In the future, when the project's complete, all left turns at those intersections are going to be allowed, and that's going to be a significant improvement.
So ramps, you're taking out some ramps. Is this a change in the original plan?
No, it's always been part of the original plan, and it's actually something that we had started about a little over a year ago. Currently, the ramp from the John Street Bridge in the southbound direction that used to take you down to John Street, we closed that. And what that did was it allowed us to repurpose some of the pavement area on the bridge so we could provide a bike lane. And so as part of our project, we're just going to...
So that's that's coming up onto Broad Street.
Yes.
The crossing of Broad Street.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And so as part of our project, we're just going to permanently remove that pavement.
Got it.
For the ramp that's already closed.
That's already...
It's an interesting thing because when you come down...
Joe Lode is very upset about that ramp being closed.
Well, I don't get it because when you come down, the road splits, and basically you're at a light, right? You can either go straight toward the OD, where the OD would bend, or you can make a left onto Broad. But if you just take that other lane, it wraps around onto Broad, and you could make a right onto John and go right to the OD there. So it's kind of like there is a dual...
Right.
That ramp was redundant.
It's redundant.
It was.
Yeah.
And it did cause for confusion for people. Should I get into this one? I want to go here. I mean, there was confusion there.
Right.
Now there's one ramp, and then you make your decision. You go to where you will want to go.
Right.
Very similar to the confusion that you get over there when you try to get onto Genesee Street. If you're traveling westbound, you can't turn left onto Jenny. You got to go down and then loop around.
Right, you have to do the U-turn at Seneca Street. Yes.
Right. Does that change, by the way? I think we talked about that. That's going to change.
So in the future, you'll be able to make a left turn at Genesee Street.
All right, and how will that happen? Just basically the lights will allow that to happen?
Yep, it'll be a traditional signalized intersection with left turn, dedicated left turn lanes.
By the way, I was going to call you guys the other day. The light down here, hey, this affects me every day. I sat there trying to be respectful of the law, which I need to be, right?
Yes.
And I'm sitting, and the light turns yellow. You see there's a glow. The light turns yellow. And I'm watching it's green, and their light turned red, and mine remained red. And it remained red, and it remained red. And then it turned green for them again. And this went on all morning long. There must have been some sort of a flaw in that. I will tell you, I didn't stay long to see how long it was going to last. But Andrew said he sat there for about 4 or 5 minutes.
We talked about the magnet system, right, or the weight system.
The
loops. Yeah. You've lost so much weight.
That's it.
Your vehicle no longer registers on there. They don't know there's a car there.
You ought to see me at the McDonald's drive-thru. They don't even know I'm there. It did happen this morning to you. So anyway, I'm sorry about that. But okay. So do you feel that these obviously you're having public hearings, you're coming out on the radio, you're coming out to the media. Is it helping? Are there people that were concerned that are now walking away and saying, okay, I get it?
Yeah, we are experiencing some of that, and we are having the opposite experience as well.
Yeah.
Which is not uncommon, and that's fine. We don't expect that everybody's going to agree with us.
Jim actually brought us in a nice map of what they'd like to do. There was one thing I think we should talk about. I'm sure that you might get some pushback on. Currently, when you're on Oriskany Street, if you're going when you cross over Jenny, right there's like a furniture store. Then there's
which direction are we talking?
If you're going toward the Odd from
so you're heading west
from the valley.
Yep.
So there's the furniture store. There's where Babinnick's headquarters were, and then there's Gerber's there. The road would actually shift to the left a little bit. There would be a little explain how this would work.
Yeah, so the westbound direction of Route 5S will be shifting to the south, so it'll become closer to the eastbound direction, and so the median will not be as wide through there.
Oh, okay.
And so,
which is going to be nice for those people that had to try to mow it. It never seemed to get mowed until it got really high.
Right.
So the less grass there, less maintenance, which is actually probably a positive.
Right, but that's one of the concerns we have heard is the loss of the trees that are in that median. However, by moving the westbound direction to the south, that's going to open up space on the south side of the roadway in front of the businesses you just mentioned, and that can be new green space. We're talking with the city as to what that really is going to look like.
Oh, so you're talking about the almost like a little park there.
Yeah, right.
So once you get past the old Herb Phillipsons and get down towards Gerber's, right across the street from Gerber's is that large median.
Right.
There. Okay.
Yep, right.
All right.
So there would actually be 2 lanes, and then instead of the roadway being right adjacent to Gerber's and where Babinnick's headquarters are in the furniture store, there would be like a little median there, and you would kind of turn into those spots if you were looking to go there.
Well, in front of Gerber's and Great Reynolds, there will be a new city street. We've been calling it Liberty Street. That's how it's signed today, to maintain access.
Right.
They'll actually have on-street parking in front of those.
That's big.
Those
Parking
buildings.
is horrible over there. You go to Gerber's, it's very hard to get a parking spot. Years ago, that used to be just a diagonal parking. I've seen pictures of old photos.
Yes, years ago there was on-street parking on Oriskany Street. Yes.
All right, boy, you guys can't win for anything. I mean, it's like you're tree killers now. You're taking down the trees.
We're going to be planting a lot of stuff too.
I'm sure.
New lighting
you
through
are.
there.
Yeah, so you're tree huggers now.
Tree huggers.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Anything else you want people to know?
No. Again, if folks have questions, certainly feel free to get a hold of us. The project website is now live as of yesterday or the day before, so you can go to the department's website and check out some information there.
When would construction begin on this?
Construction's slated to begin in the spring of 2018.
2018. Is this a done deal, or could it still be modified?
The last step we need to go through is to have the Federal Highway Administration approve this plan. We're expecting that to happen by the end of February, and we're going to move forward.
All right. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Good stuff, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Both Jim and Brian Hoffmann, thank you.